Hi. So today we're going to read a story called Weeds Find a Way. And the words are by Cindy Jensen Elliott, and the pictures or illustrations are by Carolyn Fisher. Okay, weeds. What do you think we're going to read about some weeds today? Weeds find a way. Weeds send their seeds into the world in wondrous ways, fluffing up like feathers and floating on the wind. Weeds. So that's a dandelion, huh? You ever blown a dandelion and had all the seeds go out into the world? Swirled into prickly burrs that stick on socks and fur, poking into pants and paws like tiny needles. We've all had a seed stick to our socks, I bet. Or shot out of tight, dry pods like confetti from a popped balloon. Weeds find a way to wait, sitting still in the icy earth all winter. Or baking in shimmering summer heat on a white-hot sidewalk without a whisper of wind. Till clouds billow and soft rain spills, carrying them floating downstream to sprout. Oh, I think we're going to see something. In the smallest, strangest place they could possibly live. Weeds find a way to grow by the side of a windy road, in a crack in the cellar of a creaky old house, in a tangle of tree roots at the top of a spine of stone, or wedged in the worn sole of a tattered sneaker. Weeds find a way to stay, reaching deep with a grip so strong the stem always breaks first, leaving the living roots behind to sprout again, or pinching into pieces the minute you try to tug them out, spreading into a spray of plant parts that find new spots to take root. Weeds find a way to fight, hooking tender skin with horny thorns, stinging unsuspected tongues with invisible prickles, and surprising hungry insects with sap so tart it could turn a tongue inside out. Weeds find a way to be loved, sending up flares of riotous red flags, of green umbrellas, of the finest white lace, making a place sing with bees and birds, exhaling breath as sweet as sleep. Weeds find a way to stay, unexpected guests who just happen to bring the whole family along. So weeds are plants that are often thought to be of no value, that grow in places where people don't want them to grow. By this definition, any plant could be considered a weed if it's growing in a place where someone doesn't want it to be. But some so-called weeds are actually misunderstood and underappreciated plants that are native to a region and have multiple uses. For example, miner's lettuce is native to many areas in North America and has a lovely, delicate flavor. In a farmer's field, however, miner's lettuce is considered a pest. Other weeds are invasive plants that have been introduced to a region. Some of these, such as the dandelion, purslane, licorice, horehound, they can be used as food or as medicine. Many invasive plants migrate around the world as decorative landscaping. If they are well adapted to the climate, they can easily escape yards and spread into natural areas. And as they spread, these weeds can crowd out the natural plants, the ones that are native to the area, and they can block streams and drive away wild animals, especially if the animals can't eat them. Examples include kudzu from Japan, which grows throughout the South, and South African Hottentot fig, which is also called the ice plant, which rolls over the coastal canyons in the Southwest like a flat green carpet. Wonder if you've ever seen that. Good or bad, weeds offer endless opportunity to study one of nature's most wonderful tools, adaptation. Adaptations are the physical qualities or behaviors created by natural selection that allow living things to survive in a particular environment. So basically what they're saying is weeds, if they're not supposed to live in a certain area, they'll adapt. So they might not be used to living in a place where it's so hot, or maybe it's so cold, or maybe it doesn't have enough water, but the plant will start to adapt after a while and it'll learn to live in that climate. So they're saying that's called adaptation. And so they may also be able to survive on little more than a hope of rain in the tiniest crack of a sidewalk. So another thing is, since man has been on Earth, we have crowded where plants usually live with all of our structures. So like concrete and things like that. So have you ever been somewhere and there's a little plant growing out of the sidewalk? That's probably one of the weeds they're talking about. So even though it's winter, go outside. Weeds are amazing. Look around. You don't need a garden to know that nature is at work. Wherever you stand outside, chances are there's a weed nearby, and it's working its way through the soil, finding a way to live, bloom, adapt, and grow in tough times, and making the world a little more beautiful, one blossom at a time. So here are some pretty common weeds. Do you see the dandelion? I see thistle. There's thistle. I think those might be some that you've seen here before. Let's see what else. Crabgrass, wild carrot. I don't know if milkweed grows very well here. But if you remember, when we were talking about butterflies and we were going to plant some, milkweed is what the monarch uses to survive. So some people might think that milkweed is a bad thing, but not to the monarch butterfly. So here's some more that you can look at. But weeds are amazing plants, aren't they? Yep. Love them or loathe them, weeds are here to stay, finding their way into cracks and crevices, fields and flower beds, and maybe, just maybe, into your heart too. So weeds find a way. I hope you enjoyed that book. and I'll see you soon.